Wie wir von innen kennen eine zweite Sprache. Or in other words, do you know a second language? If you do, that's great. If you don't worry, one is certainly better than none. However, you shouldn't get complacent with your current number. You see, there's over 7,000 different languages worldwide, and learning even one additional one can only benefit you. You see, learning an additional language provides you with both niche benefits that will impact your life greatly, and more broad benefits that, while less impactful, are certainly nice to have. In fact, learning an additional language provides one with career advantages, cultural opportunities, and an overall boost to their mental performance. The most obvious advantage to learning a second language is being able to put multilingual on your resume. It's a very nice bullet point to have, and it's something recruiters look for. It's especially good if you plan on entering a field or career that is already globalized. According to a study by Market Bridge Incorporated back in 2010, around 80% of all global business leaders believe that having multilinguals among their team is very important, both in operations on their home soil and in foreign countries. This also means an increase in translator and interpreter jobs, which, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, are expected to grow at a much faster pace than normal careers. Of course, that's all well and good, but what if you wanted benefits outside your professional life? Don't worry, your personal life has much to gain as well. Firstly, if travel is an interest of yours, then learning the native language of your target country would be very beneficial. Even understanding the basics allows a smoother transition and for you to at least communicate what you want to do. This means you can avoid the standard trope of American tourist stuck in a very strange foreign land. It also provides you with new media you can entertain yourself with. Imagine all the movies, books, games, and music genres that are limited to certain countries or languages. An example of this would be the 2019 movie Parasite, which won an Oscar for the Best Motion Picture. However, the actors only spoke Korean throughout the movie and there's no English version. If you don't speak the language, you'll have to do with subtitles, but those tend to diminish the overall enjoyment of the film. But at this point you may be asking, what if I don't want to benefit my professional and personal life? To that I say, well, that's a little bit boring, but there's one last string of benefits I have that may sway your mind. The benefits to your mind. You see, learning additional language boosts your problem solving. This is due to you having to infer meaning from different sentence structures, as well as different words you may or may not know as you expand your knowledge and vocabulary. It also offers you better comprehension and fluency in your first language. This is due to you having to compare different grammar rules between the language you're trying to learn and the language you already know. Another great advantage is that the National Center for Biotech Information discovered a correlation between people who are being bilingual and above and a delayed onset of dementia and Alzheimer's. The delayed onset is around 5 or so years, but even so, it's quite a benefit. But perhaps most important to us is that it increases your academics across the board, but especially so for standardized tests. This means you can get a little bit more dosh if you score higher on your ACT. You can thank your Spanish teacher for that. So by now you should at least be somewhat interested in learning an additional language, especially if you're a monolingual. And if you're not, you need to remember, it provides you with career advantages, new cultural opportunities, and it can boost your mental capabilities. It's also, if you need any suggestions, Spanish would be an obvious one. However, since most of us know that one, if you plan on going overseas at all, Chinese is a wonderful one. It's one of the most widely spoken languages worldwide. But if you plan on staying in the US for most of the time, German's also an excellent choice, as it's very similar to English and is the second most spoken language here in the US. In fact, if you're a quick learner, you may be able to discern the meaning of my closing statement. Vielen Dank für Ihre Zeit wie immer.